What's up, Q-tubers? Welcome back to Better Than Good Barbecue, the backyard cooking show for the average Joe. Today, I'm going to show you how I took these St. Louis style pork spare ribs and made them look like this. Yum. Using my Weber Smokey Mountain as a direct heat grill with the meat about 18 inches above the coals, no water pan, and letting that fat drip right onto the coals and season the meat. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh yeah, nice looking rack of ribs. First thing I like to do is just get in here and square them off. There we go. Get rid of these weird end pieces. Same thing on the other side. If you see a little tiny bone hanging on the end there, go ahead and square that one off. Just get rid of that small one. And trim that skirt. A lot of times when you get them from the grocery store, they have that weird thing hanging off right there. And just look for any other weird bits that are just going to burn and not cook very nicely. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a binder. This is mustard mixed with Frank's Red Hot. It doesn't take much. Just a few little dollops. That was probably even too much, but you just rub it in there. And what we're going to be seasoning with is a mixture of kosher salt, coarse ground black pepper, and granulated garlic. And I'm not going to bother with taking the membrane off of this because when you do the direct heat style, it crisps up nicely and it's completely edible. You don't have to worry about it being chewy or hard to bite through or anything like that. And flip it over. Do the same thing to the meat side. Whew, careful not to cut yourself. And season them up. You want to kind of keep your seasonings moving around a little bit because the black pepper will settle and go to the bottom and then you'll over salt on accident. All right, now this is going to go back and hang out inside while we get the coals fired up. All right, now that the tops of our coals are turning a little bit white, let's load this baby up. I'm going to put some unlit charcoal down here and just kind of spread it out to run along the sides. Just to make sure that we have plenty of a heat source throughout the cook. Going in with the lit charcoal right on top. Gonna spread it out. And get the Weber Smokey Mountain all set up. No water pan in the middle. Coals down here, obviously, and the cooking surface is 18 inches up from the coals. So as long as you have a smoker that is similar to that, you can also make direct heat pork spare ribs. Smoker is rocking a solid 350, so it's time to get the ribs on. We are gonna go bone side down. Oh yeah. Listen to that sizzle. Put the cover back on and we will come back in an hour and a half. Now that the ribs are on, let's make the mop sauce. Going in with a half stick of butter, half a yellow onion, 6 to 8 cloves of garlic, some paprika, some ground mustard, some black pepper, 1 lemon sliced, some Worcestershire, some Frank's Red Hot, Coors Light, I almost forgot the apple cider vinegar. That is a very important ingredient. That's what gives it that nice tang. And last but not least, some brown sugar. Give that a mix. And we're gonna let this simmer for about 10-15 minutes. Oh, that smells so good. Nice and tangy and peppery. Thanks once again, Bradley Robinson over at Chudd's Barbecue for the recipe. Y'all go check his page out. That's where I learned to do a lot of this stuff. I just am trying to show y'all that you can do it at home too. All right, now that it is done simmering, we're just gonna cut the heat off Put a lid on that and wait until it's time to mop the ribs. That smoke is what we want to see. That means the fat is rendering, hitting the coals, and producing that smoke that's coating the ribs right now. So good. All right, after 1.5 hours, let's see how they're looking. Woo! Nice. Good color formation on there. Looking good. Flip them over. And we're gonna go meat side down. Ooh, look at that. That crisped up real nice. Crisped up. Ooh, sorry about the lighting. That looks real nice. We're gonna go ahead and let them ride meat side down. We'll check on them in 1 hour. 1 hour. And scene. We do have an hour to kill. It's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let's see what they look like. Woo, beautiful color. That is what we want to see. That is looking beautiful. See what this one looks like. Woo. These were a little thinner. I hope these ones aren't overdone, but we'll see. At least we got some thick boys right here. I'll just take that mop sauce and drizzle some on the top here, mop it in. Just like that. Sorry about the lighting. Hopefully y'all can still see that beautiful color on these. Let me zoom in for you. Oh yes. These beautiful ribs. Direct heat goodness right there. And just out of curiosity, I want to see what the internal temp of these is rocking. This one is at 197. Feeling very tender. And these are a little over 200. These are definitely ready. I'm just gonna mop them a few more times and let that flavor set in, and then we'll pull them off and let them rest. Just keep mopping. Every few minutes. Listen to that sizzle. Smoky flavor coming right up. And after about, I don't know, 15 or so minutes of basting those in the mop sauce every 5 minutes, it's time to wrap them in foil and let them rest. So what I'm doing is just gonna sprinkle a little bit of this mop sauce down on the foil first. Oh, look at that color. Looking good, looking beautiful. Ah, I love that direct heat method. Then just take your rack of ribs, put them meat side down on top of the sauce, and drizzle a little bit more on the back side there. Just a little bit. Then you can take your foil weights off if you live in a wind tunnel like I do. All right. And to wrap these up, we're simply going to just center them on the foil. Just give them a wrap like this. Just go over with it, kind of loosely wrap these to where there's a little bit of an air gap right here. You want some of that heat to be able to escape. You don't want these to turn into rib mush. So we're going to leave them just like this, wrapped loosely for about 20 minutes, and then it'll be time to slice in and give them a taste. All right, y'all, 1 15-minute rest later. Let's unwrap these babies and see how they're looking. Oh, yes. That smell is incredible. Oh, they look so good. Pour that juice on there. All right. Get a look at those. All right, and to slice into these, I'm a meat side down. Otherwise, I will screw it up real bad. Come on, work with me. I'm on camera. Beautiful. That is a good looking rack of ribs. Look at that. Don't you want a bite? Tell me you want a bite of that. Oh, it looks perfect. All right, going in for this one. Mmm. 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 So tasty. That mop sauce is the real star here. Mmm. That direct heat method is hard to beat. I like it a lot better than offset smoked spare ribs, to be honest. My wife's doing a girls' night thing. I'm gonna eat this whole rack by myself. For sure. We all have to try this one out. All right, y'all, that is it. That is how you make some direct heat pork spare ribs on your Weber Smokey Mountain or anything similar to a Weber Smokey Mountain. Just get you some good charcoal. B&B oak charcoal is what I use today. I find that to yield the best results. It doesn't give you that weird flavor. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give me a like and a follow. And one more time, I want to shout out to Bradley Robinson over at Chudd's Barbecue. He's the one that showed me how to do this recipe, and the goal of my page is just to show you that anyone else in the backyard, whether or not you have a custom pit or the same style of pit as everyone else, you can get out there and do it too, as long as you have something similar. And like I said, if you haven't ever done this before, go give it a shot. It's so tasty, you will not regret it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, BTG BBQ, Backyard Cooking Show for the Average Joe. We'll see you later. Oh my gosh. I love these ribs. What do you think, Lulu?